sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. That's all that we need. Well, everyone, this is the Wandering Yuki coming to you to say happy Sunday and happy sunny day to you. And I'm going to be enjoying a good cup of coffee. Now, if you've been following my channel for a little while, you probably noticed I've been getting a lot of iced Americanos and Americanos when I'm on the road or walking around. And you would probably take note that an Americano looks like it's being served in a regular coffee cup. And you're probably asking yourself, like, so what's the difference between a regular cup of coffee and an Americano? Well, I think it would be a good time to show you how you can make it at home and also give you an idea of what my rig is going to be looking like when I'm making it at home. So let's go right to this and get inside. You know what? It's too nice out here. I'm going to bring my rig out here. Yeah, I want to be clear as well. Yes, I went through all the trouble getting an extension cord and bringing a coffee maker outside because I am that crazy. You're looking at a guy that grilled a kiwi in the past too. There, I said it. So on to the more important stuff. This is what I like to make when I'm making a coffee at home. It's an Oster 3-in-1. So it has what you would expect from a coffee maker like this. One basket filter that you can make maybe a good 10 cups with a stainless steel pot in case you're wanting to make for guests. I like using this from time to time. Thing is that with the setting on here, you're always obliged to do like 2 cups of coffee or the equivalent of 4 cups in here. So if you only want to have the one, then you got to commit to a double dose of caffeine in the morning. That's a good feature of it, but there is another feature too. If ever you want to make a single serving, there is this attachment you use to make anywhere between a 6-ounce to a 12-ounce cup of coffee to make a single serve. So you open it up, and it's able to fit a regular K-cup in here. But if you're also trying to be eco-friendly, you can also pick up one of these. These are reusable filters that you can fill up with your own type of coffee that you want and then make whatever you'd want. Just load up in here, stick it inside, and then you're good to go with that. Those are pretty good features, but what I like to use is the espresso feature on this thing. So I got this, and you're given 2 attachments in this one. You got this smaller one here, I don't know if it's easy to see, to make a single dose of coffee or like a single shot of espresso, or you also have your double shot espresso. This is the one that I typically use for myself because double's the way to go. All the time, no more, no less. I use this too. Oh yeah, there's also another feature. This thing here also comes with a frothing wand if you're one of those fancy people that likes to make yourselves lattes or cappuccinos too. Pretty good setup here. I had to replace it years ago before the pandemic, and this happened to be on sale. Typically, if you're looking in the Canadian dollars, these kind of rigs are about $350, and some of them are really fancy, made out of stainless steel. I managed to get this for $150 off, so it was definitely a steal, and it was worthwhile too. If you come across this at least $100 off, grab it. It has my guarantee. All right, now let's move on to the next stuff. I am probably going to need to make a double dose of my Americano. So here's how you do your Americano. You just take I'm running low on grains actually. Well, one thing you're also going to see about me too is I like to grind my own grains myself. Unless it's decaf. Only because decaf beans are really hard to find around the market, I find. Get the cord. There. And I'm also going to be using the same kind of beans I showcased yesterday when I did my little vacation greeting. Oh yeah, that's going to be on the top right corner for you to watch. And I'm just going to fill this up to maybe about a good 14 cups, or at least the equivalent of 14 cups worth. Just to make sure it fills to the line properly. Oh yeah, if you've never used one of these before, it gives you anywhere between 4 cups and 14 cups, so you got to make sure your setting is on right. I'm going to put it all the way up to do 14. And if you're doing espresso blend, make sure that you put it onto a fine setting. Medium setting is designed for drip coffees, and you have a core setting, which is designed for French presses. I guess the stronger the coffee you want, the better. I'm sure anyone in the comment section is more coffee snobs than me can tell me what it's like. So it's filled in, put the lid on, and then let it roll. There, it has an automatic stop, so you're always gonna know when it's ready to take out. Now, just take my jar, unlock this thing here to remove all the ground up beans, and then just give it a good shake. I'm gonna fill this up fully later on, but I'm just doing this quickly for the demonstration. So now that that's done, I'm gonna be taking a scoop here, and I'm gonna be getting myself 2 shots of espresso made. So what you want to do is maybe 2 scoops worth, give or take. Make sure it goes to like maybe around slightly over the top or the edge of the filter. And then what you do is you get a temper. Now that doesn't mean going to have a temper tantrum like you're a kid who isn't getting the candy bar at the grocery store. Not that. A temper is this thing here. So you call it a temper because you just take this, place it on top of your ground up beans, and then you just give it a good press to compress it all down. Just like so. And you'll know you did it right is if it's flattened just below the edge of the filter. Then once you're done, you just put it up in here and then lock it in place. Oh, right, I have to turn this thing on. Now that that's loaded in here, you just have to put your cup. Now, if you're doing an espresso, you would probably just need one of these things. This is for lungos and for double shots, which I drink all the time. Oh yeah, full disclosure, there used to be a tray here for your espressos, but it kind of broke off on me for reasons I haven't really figured out. So usually what I would do if it was me is I just put this here, like one of my jars, put it on top so it's at the right height. But we're not going to be doing it that way. What we're going to be using instead is a regular coffee cup. Yeah, enjoy the silence indeed. So I'll just leave this here. Is this thing on? Yeah, be set to espresso, so I'm just gonna turn this over here. You can change the setting so that it says 1 shot of espresso or 2. I'm gonna make sure I do 2 here. This obviously is gonna need some time to heat up before you can get it going, and you're gonna know because there's a flashing light here to show it's heating up, and it's become solid once it's ready to go. I wish I was able to see on camera the status of this. Whatever, it's gonna be ready. Okay, I think it's ready, so let's get this started. Let's just make this easy on myself. And it was flowing pretty well. I've had cases where this thing, whenever it's trying to push out the water in the coffee, it's having a bit of struggles there. If that's the case, you might want to check your beans because it means that they might not have been grounded up properly to the specs. Now, if this was a double shot espresso, I'd be drinking it right now, but we haven't even gotten to the last step for an Americano. You need this. Oops, I'll be right back. Come on, stretch. Owl stretching time. So the other step to an Americano is you just have to take your double shot or single shot and then you just fill it up with some regular warm water. And then you're good to go. So that's really all it is. An Americano is basically making a drip coffee with shots of espresso. If you're going to be going into anywhere of Europe, like if you're going to an independent shop around Italy or Spain and you ask for a coffee, maybe 99% of the time you're going to be getting an espresso instead. If you want something that resembles drip coffee, you need to ask for an Americano. Yeah, and I actually learned it this year that Americanos were first invented in Italy because my understanding is that during World War II, there were U.S. soldiers who were based in there, and what they had done is they had taken their espressos and watered it down to kind of dilute it and ration it out for a little bit longer. So that's actually apparently the origins of the Americano. Now, if any of you are history buffs and you're following me online, feel free to leave it in the comments section and let me know what it's like, if it's true. And sorry about hacking up stuff. It is early morning. I need to hydrate a bit. And take note, I'm having it just like this. Some people will think it's sacrilege to put sugar or milk in their coffee. You gotta have it black. I can do that too sometimes, but other times I put it with milk just to get some of the bite out of there. And that's really all it is. Great stuff at all. Oh yeah, gonna need my coaster. Obviously this thing is not gonna be small enough that I could put my Salty Pig coaster on here. I'm gonna need to use something else. A bit larger, stained brown, and if you can actually see this properly on camera, it does have a bit of Ukrainian text on it, because this was something I picked up the very last time I was at the Montreal Ukrainian Festival back in 2019. Kind of a nice souvenir from back when they used to have things regularly. So this is it. This is the Americano. Now you know the secret to it. Oh yeah, there's one more secret too. If you want to have this iced, you just throw a bit of ice cubes in here, and then it becomes a summer drink that's refreshing and energizing for maximum... I think I'm going to stop there because I'm afraid I'm going to get cheesed or warned again. Well, enjoy this latest edition of the Wandering Yuki Cheese Cafe, and rest assured, the next episode is going to be dropping very soon. Ciao, everyone. Arrivederci.